Welcome back to another Beeline to Passports. My name is Joe Batista. I'm your host. And tonight we have Mr. Demitrius Hayes. Demitrius is a actor and also he is a model. Welcome to the show, Demitrius. How everything's been doing for you and how everything started on your career.
Hello, Jose. How are you? Nice to see you again.
Likewise, likewise.
Mm. Well, Jose, okay, so my name is Demetrius Hayes. I'm from Lake City, Florida. And for the people who don't know where that is, because a lot of people be like, "Oh, that's by Orlando." I'm like, "No, that's not. That's like that's Lake. That's not Lake City." So Lake City is North Florida by Gainesville. Right like 30 minutes north of it. I yeah, so country boy growing up, fishing, playing sports, outside, all of that, fixing stuff, so but the arts came at a very young age. Actually, I had sing-alongs when I probably was like 2 or 3, and my mom, she had this camera where they would secretly record me in the den, and I would be dancing on the stool singing along to the songs, to the kids sing along songs, and I didn't even know they were recording me. And so it just grew from there. And I always, ever since I can remember, I always loved to act out, plays, shows, movies, and even with my friends, I do it all the time, and they get a great kick out of that. So yeah, it started a early age, and it just progressed from there.
Awesome, awesome. And tell me about your childhood. How many brothers, sisters, you have, and your parents? They are origin from the U.S. or they came from
Mhm.
another country?
So both I'm from the U.S., from Florida, Floridian, born and raised. My parents as well. Both of them still reside in Florida. One South Florida. They split up when I was right after that I was born. So I do have two younger siblings. One in Florida, the other one in California. We didn't grow up together. Um, Childhood like right there each other, but we always knew each other. We communicated and stuff like that. So it wasn't, like I said, we weren't right there together, but we always had that, that love for one another. But it was just we were just at different places.
Awesome, awesome. And your career, you said you start very young with your
Hmm.
career. Uh, in basically where you started, you started in like musical theater or you start acting very young?
So I was in kindergarten. I was in the kindergarten play. I was one of the leading. I was actually the leading character in the kindergarten play, King Winter. That's what King Winter. I'm sorry, that was a long time ago. I ain't gonna tell y'all my age, but that was a while ago. But so yes, I was King Winter in kindergarten play when I was kindergarten, and like I said, even before then, I was doing the trying to sing along, dance to the videos when I was in diaper, and I had all the Disney movies. They had a really big influence on everything, because I used to love to act out the Lion King, Little Mermaid, Pocahontas, Fox and the Hound. It didn't matter. I just liked it. I liked all of the movies, and I used to go around the house, and I would get like some of my grandfather's, my uncle's clothes, and I would dress up, or I would get a towel and stuff like that and put it around my neck, and I was just portraying all the different characters, and like I said, it just grew from there. I always, that's the thing. I tell people, you can feel it. You can feel it. You may not know what it is. You may not know what it is when you feel it at that young age, but you do feel it. And
Yes, it's a kind of well, everybody knows it's a talent given by God. Always I say that people don't feel it, don't think that is that, but yes, it is. Everybody have a talent,
yes,
and
absolutely.
it's you that you, if you decide to develop that and continue, but it's a talent, and you're gonna feel it since very young age.
Yes,
I can,
absolutely.
on my part. I've always been on the entertainment. I was very very young, playing drums and all this, uh,
Mm,
and because my family was in the music industry, and I see with the years that there was some talent that was given to me, and I started using that talent, and then I moved to other areas of the entertainment. But
absolutely. Yeah.
it's you that you need to decide to, okay, let me make that change, let me move to do something with that talent, uh, get some education, some training, and
Mhm.
then, hey, the world is yours.
Yes,
I always said, if you prepare yourself, the world is yours.
absolutely.
In your childhood, do you have any experience doing some movies or commercials or anything like that?
So that didn't come along until like later in life, because I'm gonna give you a little bit more background of where I come from. Where I come from is a really small, really small town, so not a lot of opportunity is presented there. It's a lot of talent there, but not opportunity, and a lot of it's just, yeah, I wouldn't say the talent, they just, it's there, like I said, it's there, it's just, it's challenging to get the exposure that was needed, coming from a small town like that, and it's like you didn't know, you didn't know where to get that training, like you said, to further our critique your craft a little bit more. I had to, I didn't find that out until like, oh, and I moved away, and I started attending Valencia, which I'm not sure if you're ready for me to go there first. But
Yes, yes.
so that the commercials and the film started once I got into Valencia. I got majorly connected with individuals in the industry, and big name people as well, and then to getting connected with Full Sail, that was a really big help, which I currently work at too as well. But even before I worked there, I did projects with Full Sail. And that's what I tell a lot of my relatives. They love to ask about, how this. And I'm like, it's not, you'll be amazed at how many people think you just walk in and you say a few lines and you got it. And I'm like, it don't work like that. If it worked like that, everybody would do it, everybody would be doing it. I said, no, I said, you honestly, you have to start from the bottom. You're doing free projects. People don't understand how many free projects that that you've done just to get a piece of demo reel so you can submit to a bigger project. And honestly, you will keep you do a couple of free things, and for the exposure and to build up a resume to like get you to that level, because you, like I say, a lot of people think you just step in and you this big star, and it's like, no, that takes so much work. And sometimes people work at it for so long and they still don't even get there.
That's right. And you mentioned education. You mentioned Valencia. What is your formal education in this industry?
So I went to Valencia, and I was a theater performing arts major. Like I said, I had already had background with theater when I was younger, and in school I did that couple through school. So when I went to Valencia, I started, like I said, I discovered things that I didn't even, back, like I was saying, coming from back then to now, things that I didn't even know, that was necessary, to take for the industry. For instance, like movement, how a lot of people don't think, they don't break it down to a science, to where when on TV, where you see a fight scene, they're not really fighting, but they had to critique this craft of movement, where it looks like you hitting somebody and they look like they're hitting you, but it's really not. So that was one thing that that intrigued me. I took that movement, it was really fun. Let's see, improv. A lot of people think they could, like just go into improv and it's easy. I'm like, improv is easy, but it does take like to critique. And you may be you may be good at a natural good actor. I know I'm a natural great actor, but I was always open to learn more, and you know um gather some more wisdom, especially to someone who has been in the industry way longer and can pass the valuable knowledge to make it easier. Because that's another thing. Some people, they let's say I don't want to say it wrong. Some people are they're born into the to they, it's not as challenging for them, so they like kind of they know people, and then some people you have to literally, like I said before, work from the bottom. You have to find out this, you have to find out this. I've been scammed, where I was, because I didn't know anything about the industry, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going through this, I'm going through that, and and it's very challenging too. It can take an emotional toll on you outside of that. So, and that's where your friends or your supporters come in, like strongly and endlessly, because you call them some nights and you cry to them about how hard it is, and they encourage you not to give up. My friends are absolutely, I couldn't ask God for better friends, because when I get to that state, because I do get to that state where I'm like, you know what, I ain't doing none of it no more. I give up. It's not happening. I've been trying this, I've been trying that. I get this part, I get part. I've been trying this, I've been trying that, and you're like, this okay. You're like, just take a breathe, take a breathe. Their technique to calm me down, so that you really have to appreciate and value those people that you have in your corner when you pursuing the entertainment industry, because is there, and it's not promised. It's not promised. You could be doing great this week and next week, and then next month you might not get nothing.
That's
So
right.
it
That's
can
right.
it can definitely play with your emotional scale, because you this month it's like, hey, I'm getting all this, and then next month, like, what's wrong with me? I was just good. Next month, like, why I ain't getting nothing?
Yeah,
What's going on?
that's
So
That's correct. Excellent. All right. Well, we're going to go to the first commercial break now. When we come back, we're going to continue talking with Demetrius Hayes and his story about acting, being a model. And when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to talk about the recent projects or the recent past from Demetrius, and what project he have been doing in the last year and a half. We're gonna be right back with more of Demetrius Hayes here on GKI Radio in Beeline to Passports. We are back here on Beeline to Passports. My name is Joe Batista, and we have tonight Mr. Demetrius Hayes. Demetrius, he is an actor. Also, he is a model. And in the last year and a half, I want to know what you were been doing, where we can see stuff that you've been doing, and also that basically part of when we start working together.
absolutely. So, let's see. You want me to start before we started working
Yes,
together? So
that's correct.
before we started working together, so acting wise, like I said, a couple of short films, student films, just to build it up, and then I got my biggest role to date. As of right now, I got one of the leading parts in the Groveland 4 documentary. It was about an incident that happened in Florida, back in I think the 60s. So we reenacted it, and we actually shot it in Orlando. It was about, this was 2017. So and it came out 2018. We had a big screening in Winter Garden at the theater. It was really nice. I enjoyed it. I met new people, met experiences. So it was really nice. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. Can't wait for another big part like that. So, and then let's see, recently a commercial with Tijuana Flats. That did that. That was fun as well. Introducing their new product that they just came out with, me and a couple of other people. That was really fun. And then so Thursday actually in Tampa, I was selected to model and be a spokesperson at Synapse Summit convention at the arena. That was fun. I met a lot of people and got to network and just meet so many great young talented business owners, and they were younger than me. I mean, they was like 18, 19. I'm like, what about that? It was like, whoo, I've been waiting some time. But it just put a kind of a little fire up under you. Like, oh, he's 18 and he got like a business that's flourished. Like, I do it. But you all also have to remember that everybody's journey is not the same. So his story is
That's right. That's
my
right.
story, my story is his. So let's see. And then so I just actually just got this coming Wednesday, Friday, for a film with Valencia actually. So it's called Soul Survivor. I'll be playing the role of Guy. So I'm excited. I just received all the details today. So I can't wait for that to come out. And I will on my social media I will post the link to where that can be viewed, or the platform that it will be streamed upon. So let's see, another thing that I was in a lot of, mostly, and that's the thing too, nothing big yet, but like still a lot of student films, just to like build, like repertoire, character, a name, a foundation, like a base, just to build a base. So like a couple of those. The last one that I was in that was pretty weighty. It was called Proxy, and we shot that one in Orlando too. And we actually dedicated that film to my co-star, because 2 weeks after we wrapped filming up, he was killed in a accident with a semi truck, and he was a great actor, great personality, just magical on set. So, and that really, like it hit, it really hit home when that we found that out, that he had been killed, after we wrapped that project up. So we dedicated that film to him, and honors of him. But other than that, I've been auditioning when I can. Like I said, it's a challenge with working, work life and that. So it's like you working and it's but you got to, you keep that fire. It never goes out, no matter how tired you are. That fire never goes out. I tell my friends, it's like, you look tired. I'm like, I am tired, but that fire is it burns. It burns.
Yeah, that's part of the actor's life. Like when you see people, when you see there, they say hashtag actor life, is that's part of the actor life.
Oh yeah.
You're tired because sometimes you need to film overnight.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, the project when we did for Groveland 4, we did film overnight. We filmed like from 10 o'clock that night to 6 o'clock in the morning. It was cold, it was rainy, and that's the that's the things that I try to get. I explain to my friends, I'm like, it ain't pretty where we go, go just go on sets most of the time. Like sometimes we outside. I'm like, even the projects I also did, I did two projects with on the investigation discovery channel with the crime reenactment episodes, and we were in Tennessee. This was 2019. We was in Tennessee filming, and it was raining and it was freezing. I mean, like so I'm like,
wow.
it's a lot of behind the camera things that people don't,
The
they don't
people don't
even
know.
think that's like, oh my god, it was cold out, it was really raining. It's like, yeah, it was really raining.
Yeah, and sometimes the people don't know these parts because the people they are they watching only what they can see.
Mhm. They
Uh,
only watching the perfection stage of it. They ain't watching where we had
that's
to do
right.
it 2 times over. We had to go out. I failed right here, and I had to get back up and
That's
redo it.
right. That's
But that, I feel like that part of it is why you take so much joy and pride in it, because it's not something to just do and forget about. It's actually a craft. It's hard work. It's just like somebody that's going to do a 9 to 5 every day. You know what I'm saying? It's hard work. It's something that you have passion for.
Yes, yeah, and what they say, good, bad, and ugly. The people don't see the bad and the ugly; they see
They
the
only
good
see the
only.
they only see the good and the oh, this show. I'm like, yeah, you know how
Yeah,
long I was like, do you know how long I was on set to film that scene? I was like on there for like all day and didn't eat. It's like I though this, been on set, whole it's like I want to get done with this scene because I'm hungry.
that's right.
It's like they don't show y'all the guts of all of that.
Yeah, I was. I heard recently somebody was talking about the show 24. The
Hmm.
show 24. I've never seen the show, but I want to see it now because the 24 meaning is 24 hours, but it's 24 chapters or episodes, and that every episode is 1 hour.
Hmm.
It's 1 hour. Something happened, but just to do that hour, that takes days. It's not that they're gonna do it in an hour. It's days just to film that episode, and then send it to production, and they're going to edit and all that stuff,
Oh
and they
yeah.
take time. And they have people. They were saying the actors that it was hard and was very hard because doing that in, for example, in snow, and
Yeah.
people
Oh,
there from South Florida. Hey, we don't have snow in South Florida,
yeah.
and they're working in New York in the middle of a storm
Hmm.
or in middle of snow.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
hard,
It is.
and that's the part that the people don't see. But like you say, it's a joy when you see all the final product and you
Oh
see
yeah.
your name right there on the credits,
Hmm.
and you feel like, hey, I achieved. I basically get my milestone,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
let me continue with the next project then I gonna have.
And that's the other thing too. So a lot of people don't think they see you in this thing, they see you in this thing. It's like, guess what? I had to learn that script one day, and then that one the next day. We got two or three, maybe two or three projects, going at one time. So it's like you gotta learn this script, that script, that script. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely not something that you just go in and do and it's over. It's
Yes,
definitely
and the part of memorize, and you have two or three scripts, and you memorize. And for example, one
all
is
right.
comedy, and the other is drama,
Oh yeah.
and it's hard. It's hard.
Mhm.
It's
It is you, and then you have to. I was just telling a friend of mine today, because he was like, I don't think I could do it. I was like, I think you could. I was like, a lot of people say that. I was like, I think you could because he has a great personality and he's so hilarious. But I was like, it's a lot of things that you don't think about. Like, you gotta remember that the camera's right there, but you gotta remember not to look in it.
yes,
You gotta remember that the camera's right there, and not, while you're not looking at it, you gotta remember not to walk into it too.
that's right. That's
So
right.
you got to remember all this. Plus, remember your lines. Plus, you got to act out these emotions. So I'm like, it's just something that it's hard. I would say hard work, but it's hard work in a good way because, like you said, when it all comes together, it's just magic. It's pure magic, and
That's
you feel good about it. It's like, oh, it's kind of worth the tired days and a little bit. And sometimes you might not even have sleep. You might not even been to sleep that day. It's like, I ain't been to sleep all day, but guess what? I'm on set for 10 hours, however long it's gonna take, because it may. And then that's the thing too, they may tell you, such and such, we need you on set from 7 to 12 p.m., and you might stay to 10 p.m. It's like, hey, and then I've been on set where we had to do a rush casting because the original actor didn't show up. They
wow.
couldn't make it, so we had to. That was another thing that may stall the project. It's like, oh my god, now we gotta hurry up and get in here and find somebody really quick that can handle the part and it's good, and all of that in one. And so they have the rush casting, so that may happen as well too.
Wow, wow. Well, Demetrius, let's go to another commercial break, And when we come back, we're going to continue with the conversation and with the projects that you've been doing right now in the area, also the modeling and all that other areas that you do. But when we're going to go to this commercial break, but remember, people, to drop a comment or question if you would like to hear them answer on this show. The number is 407 476 9059. Remember to say my name, Joe Batista, followed by your name and your question or comment. And you could also hear it here in Beeline to Passports on GKI Radio. We are back. We are back from the commercial break, and we are with Mr. Demetrius Hayes. Demetrius is an actor. Also, he is a model, and also he do many things because he also worked with a school in the Central Florida area. Then is related with filming and all the things, and we're gonna talk about that in the next couple minutes. Demetrius, tell us what the most recent project that you've been doing, and also tell us about your modeling career.
All right. So the modeling that started. Let's see, cause and that's the thing. I'm gonna be real transparent. I never thought that I could model. I just never thought that. I had what it took. To be honest with you, and so one of my friends, he just kept. This was a few years ago. A couple of years ago, he just kept. He was like, "You should try. You should try. You should try." And I'm just like, I ain't got what it take. I was like, I ain't got what it take. So anyway, I finally went and got some pictures done and stuff that I could submit. And it just honestly I didn't expect it to do what it did, but it took off pretty good. So I actually, to tell you the truth, Jose, I've been modeling more here recently lately than acting. So like I said, I just got that film the part on the film that we're doing next week. But previously, I've been modeling. So out of Orlando, the suit line is Dampier Wear. They have amazing suits, actually, and for men and women as well. And they also have plus size. They cater to plus size as well, as well as normal size. So, or smaller size. But yeah, so that took off. And I was actually informed. I really didn't. I was very shocked when the owner actually told me that I had beat out 30 other models for that project, because I thought it was going to be about 6 or 7 of us, and it was just me when I showed up to the fit, and I was like, where everybody else at? Like, what's going, where everybody else at? Where all the other guys at? He was like, oh no, it's just you. And I was like, what? And I was, that's when he was like, yo, you beat out like 30 other models. I was like, okay. So and then
That's awesome, man.
I was very proud. I was very proud of that. I was very proud. I really didn't expect it, because I really didn't. I was like, I ain't got what it take. Especially when you just you get an image in your head of, you get that universal image in your head of what the front line is supposed, what they've made it seem like what it's supposed to look like, as you say, just what I'm saying. So you may look at yourself and be like, I can't do that, I'm not, I'm not what they're looking for, and
Yeah,
obviously I
yeah.
was.
Yeah,
Obviously I was.
I don't fit on that kind of
That's why I was, I'm just, I'm conscious, I'm self-conscious about my teeth. People, they all tell me, they're like, oh, you got pretty teeth. I'm like, yeah, that's because you can't see behind the
hey,
and,
you spend money on that too.
right. I was like, but you just didn't, I didn't think that I had what it took, but obviously I did. So that happened, and then singing as well, recently, I singing has came about. I mean, which I'll be honest, I've always sung like when I was younger. I just never was, I guess, never fully confident in my voice. I would say I didn't realize what I could do with it. And
Okay.
then too, there again, like you said before, there goes a major part, and that's where the training and the the coaching comes in, where you seek that to get better. So I actually so a couple of years ago, I took vocal coaching, and I just discovered different things about my voice, and I actually need to continue to go. So
Yeah.
but yeah, and that singing as well, and dancing. I always danced when I was little. I still do. So dancing, singing, acting. Like I say, it's always been in here. It's just like you say, it's a challenge, and to even get started. And you some people don't even know, like, you don't even have a clue where to get started in that industry. Like, how do I get here? How do I get there? All you know is you see, who you see on TV, and you're like, oh, I want to do that. Not necessarily be like him, but I want to do that too. And you feel it inside. It's just like, oh, how do I get there? you
Yes,
know
yes, yes.
but believe.
People then don't see again. We say that on the previous segment. The good, bad, and the ugly. And then you need to first. They cost you money just to train yourself, prepare
Yes.
yourself, and you need to have coaches, trainers, acting classes that cost money.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I tell my family, I'm like, it's not free.
yes, yeah. If
Even
you
if you is, just as good as whoever, big name, whoever, I'm like, they went too. They went to classes too.
Yeah, maybe you find somebody that give you an advice for free, but coaching, they going to request that
Oh,
you paid some amount of money.
and I'm like,
Uh,
and you're
dancing,
right. You're right.
yes,
It's dance lessons there. I took dance lessons, even though I know like I said, dancing, but it never hurts to. And that's the thing with this industry. If you want to grow and become become long longevity in it, you have to be open to criticism. You have to be able to take you have to be able to take criticism. You have to, compliments, all of that. You got to build a thick skin to do it, because somebody's going to tell you, even though they know you can do it, somebody's going to tell you, oh, you can't do that. They told me, trust me, I had plenty of people, oh, you can't act, oh, you can't dance, or you can't sing, and it does kind of sometimes, especially if it's someone that you care about or you value their opinion, it may bother you, but in the end, you're like, you know what, they just being whatever, and you just have to brush that off, or you just have to continue to keep going, because I'm sure somebody told Mariah Carey no,
yeah.
somebody told Whitney no, so
And
a
And
lot.
something then on the first show of this season, I have an actress. She started very young, age of 3 or 5. She started singing.
Wow.
Then she moved to theater. By the age of
Oh,
7, she was doing theater. Last 4 years, she started doing acting. And when she was doing this part of acting, she's good. She's very good. Then recently, she received she's booked to work with Denzel Washington, with
oh,
Morgan Freeman, with Scarlett Johansson. Uh, just to get to that point,
yeah,
calculate. She's 18 right now. Go back. Mentioned that she started at what age? Age
3.
of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, you see all that time, but she's been taking dancing
Mm-hmm.
lessons,
Oh yeah.
singing, um, acting, all that,
Almost,
all
yeah.
that, just to
And,
prepare
and
herself to get to that point.
it's not something, and that's like you said, it's not something that you just take one time and you it's, oh, okay, now you certified. No.
No.
You take it as long as you do it. You take it as long as you do it.
Yeah, and then so and
You
that's why
continuously learning.
I brought that information because on that show I was mentioning then, and Mr. Denzel Washington said, then you need to continue develop yourself. You need to continue taking training
Oh
because
yeah.
maybe you're good doing some kind of genre,
Mm-hmm.
but you are not that good doing the other, like
Mm-hmm.
improv or doing any other. Then you need to take another courses.
Absolutely.
For example, you're good to do drama, all right, but you
Mm-hmm.
you never did improv or comedy. You
Right.
need to start getting coaches and start getting to that point, and that is when we're talking about the part of the training, the knowledge. Now, let's go to the physical part.
Yeah.
You need to be in shape. And it's not to be in shape because you want to look good in the camera, it's because the industry is hard. Then you need to be healthy because we said sometimes you are on set at 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes
And
you don't have time to stop here and get something to, something to eat.
exactly,
You
exactly.
know.
You need to,
Sometimes you have been up all night rehearsing the script. I remember, and I told one of my friends, and I told him, I said, let me I gave him an example one time. I said, let me just let me just give you like an insight of how hard and cutthroat it is. I I got selected to audition for this part. This was about about 3 years ago, and I thought I of course I did good on the part, but I had to and that's the thing too. I tell them too. A lot of times you have to self tape. That's not easy doing it
yes.
by yourself. You have to excuse me, you have to read the other part while you doing your part as well, so, and that's the one that's a craft that you have to technique craft that you have to critique as well, because I the part that I just recently got, I actually it was two parts that I had to read, but so I had to I had to improvise. I had to take
Mhm.
my old phone that wasn't working, record the one part, put it by the phone that I was doing, actually recording me, and I
Yes.
played it, and I had to interact with my phone as I did the script and got back, act out on the self tape, and everything. And I ended up getting that part. I couldn't believe it because I was like, I ain't getting that.
Hey.
I'm like, child, I'm like, I ain't got that. I was like, the camera was crooked, my backdrop is wrinkled, but that's the thing that there again, they don't understand, the backdrop, all of this, self taping, a tripod to hold the phone up. You got to go up here. I spent, I know I spent 4 hours on one part trying to self tape, and I had to sing and dance the part that I auditioned for, and I didn't even get that one. It took
Wow.
me 4.5 hours to finally like wrap the whole thing up after practicing the routine. And I thank God I knew the song from way back in the day, so that I already knew. So it wasn't that challenging. I just had to learn the routine. But yeah, and then people think that, I'm like, oh, you know dance and sing. I'm like, that's not easy to sing and
Exactly.
dance at the same time. I'm like, that is not easy. I'm like, that is not easy.
That's the part when it's saying then you need to be in shape because physical
Yeah.
is a physical demand job. And in the camera, well, you need to have a certain things to do. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's hard, it's hard, but can be done. That's the
It
most
can, yes, absolutely.
important part. If you're willing to do it, that can be done. Well,
Absolutely.
Demetrius, let's go to another commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about your future plans, where we can follow you, and also any other news that you have for us. But let's give the thanks to all our audience for being here with us, learning about Demetrius Hayes and his story. But we will be right back with more of Beeline to Passports on GKI Radio. We are back here on Beeline to Passports, GKI Radio. My name is Joe Batista, and we have tonight Mr. Demitrius Hayes. Demitrius is an actor. Also, he is a model, and he can dance, he can sing. He's very funny. We met in one of the projects that we did together, working for a very well-known brand, in international brand, and we were doing a B-roll together,
Mhm.
and that's when we met. And from there, we started talking, and now he is part of the Silera Talents. He's part of the family, and he's been doing very well, and we are pushing his career, pushing then he can get more and more and more jobs, and then one day he can have his own star in Hollywood. That is declare. I declare that, man.
I'm gonna shoot for my. I'm gonna shoot for my radio show first, like you, like you. Inspiration.
There you go. There you
I'm
go.
gonna shoot for the radio show first.
Hey,
You know they,
let me.
you know, after all that hard work, they still charge you to put a star on the street. I'm like, that's a lot of money. You know, I don't work this hard. You still gonna charge me to put a star on the street?
You never know. We can start, like you said, we can start with the show. We
Mhm.
have some projects coming up with the GKI radio and GKI family. Um, in the most recent segment, we talk about all the cost they have in the career.
Mhm.
But tell me the future projects, something then is coming up that you can talk about that, because they have someone's that you need to be quiet. It's a documents then you
Awesome.
sign, then is more like a secret until they can talk about that.
Right.
But tell us the projects that you are working, and project that you're gonna be working very soon, in filming, theater, or anything in the area.
Okay. So, like I said, I put a couple of auditions out last week. I did like 4 of them, but so far, and that's the thing too, with the industry, you can put out, let's say 2 weeks ago, you put out 4 auditions, and a week goes by, you be like, oh, I didn't get it. And then next week, guess what? All 3 of them may contact you, be like, oh, we want you for this part, this part, this part. You be like, well,
Yeah.
so, and then that creates a challenge too, especially when you work, because I also work full time. So it's like you sometimes you have to take off from work or a couple of days, so it kind of it can get kind of stretchy. But so the only project as of right now that I have coming up that I know for sure that I've gotten cast for was, like I said, the film associated with Valencia. It's called Soul Survivor. So once I'll post that, the link and the release date of the platform, once we're clear, like you say, once we're clear, I'll post it on my social media. You can also see on my social media where I've modeled with the suits. In Atlanta too, a couple of years ago, I modeled with a suit line up there as well. I have that posted on my page as well. And I mix for the future. Jose, I just want, I always I always dream to be unlimited, play this part, play that part, you could do theater, model, dance, have it coming in. It is challenging, it is tiring, because just one of those avenues require you all day, just
Yes.
one of those
Yes.
avenues. And people, that's the other thing with modeling too. I actually found out, getting into modeling professionally, that's some work. You gotta that's some work that you don't even think about. You gotta learn how to hold your leg, how you turn your body, how to look into the camera, how to hold your mouth, all of this, and that, like you said, coaching a model. You have to have modeling coach, dance coach, sing coach. So yeah, so just, honestly, I when I see something that's casting call, and I like, I read the description for the breakdown of the characters, and I see one that I fit, and I like, the storyline, can relate to it, I definitely apply to it. And I give it my all, and I just, send a prayer up, and you keep your fingers crossed that you got it, and you're able to do it. Because also too, I faced the challenge of I got selected for a part, but guess what? I wasn't able to make it to go do it. So
Yes.
and that's the thing. That's the thing too. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you haven't posted anything. Why? It's like that's because I haven't did it. It's not because I haven't gotten it. It's just that I wasn't able to actually go do it. You may get a
Yes.
part and it may be filming in California. It may be like you say, New York. And you have to line your schedule up. You can't just wake up, or you can't just get the part, today, and it's like, oh, okay, I got to leave tomorrow, and drop everything and go. No, it doesn't work like that. So, but yeah, in the future, whatever I can do that comes, I'm all for it. Like you said,
Yeah.
it just, and it's that's the thing too. You realize too, and it never is about the fame. It's always about the freedom. The
Correct.
freedom to be yourself, to embody another character and play it on screen, and let your emotions out. Let express your art. Because I also soon it's actually finished being it's actually finished. I already finished writing it, but I also have a volume of poems that I'm actually in the process of getting published, and I'm getting them about to release those as well, where I myself written about 25 poems. And I was gonna do two books, but I think I'll just put it together and make it one, because it is people that like poetry, and I enjoy writing that. I've written songs too, that I got them in a folder. Kid you not, under my bed. And I've had them for probably at least five, no, probably longer, 5, 6, 7 years that I've written, and it just in a folder. I also I produce beats and music and stuff. So it's just something that you get into yourself, and you just explore yourself, really. And that's because back, like I said, back then I was just about acting. When I first realized, it was just like, oh, I just want to act. I just want to act. I want to act. But as time went on, I start understanding there are different talents that I possess, like singing and dancing. I was like, well, where'd that come from? Like, well, thank you, God. You gave me a little extra. Or, okay, he gave me a little extra. And I'm like, appreciate it.
Yep.
So you know.
Well, and where the people can follow you, your social medias.
So my Instagram is it's gonna be the real D Hayes. The real D Hayes. So that'll be TheReal D, and then the actual period, and my last name, which is Hayes. And if I can put that in the chat if I need to, like, so they can actually see it.
Okay,
I can put it in the
perfect.
chat. And my Facebook is my name, Demetrius Hayes, as in the on the video. So yeah, that's my two platforms, like I said, that I post and I interact and communicate and connect with other fellow models, actors, singers, dancers, throughout everywhere actually, and then especially in the area they're located, around Central Florida.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And I know you had your IMDb
Yes,
also.
I also have IMDb. IMDb. And
Yes,
it's
it's hard.
Demetrius.
It's hard.
Right. And so it is actually my name, Demetrius Hayes. So I actually need to go up and put my update my picture on there, 'cause I think it ain't up there. I gotta see. Okay, I
Yeah,
think it's just a ghost image. So I go up there and actually put my face so they can see. But
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, the IMBD, and then my IMBD is actually listed on my Instagram. So if when they follow my Instagram, it's actually listed in my bio, my IMBD, and I should have listed my Facebook on there too as well, so they can connect with me on there.
They can
Um,
connect.
so
Yes.
yeah, definitely those three databases.
Yes, and he is part of the Silera's talents. And if you want to have this gentleman in your film, in your production, just contact us. Just let us know, and we will work with you to have Mr. Demetrius Hayes in your film. And Demetrius, has been a pleasure having you here
Thank
in
you.
Beeline to Passports, learning about you, learning about your career, your projects, and having the pleasure to. Oh, yeah, he's crying. I telling you, he's funny. And having the pleasure to learn all these different skills that you have in having you as part of Sileta's talents is also a pleasure. And also, we're great to have you as a part of the family.
Thank you.
A final thought for our audience. Your final thought.
Final thought, for the audience, thank you guys so much, for who tuned in, and even for the ones that catch it after the live recorded. Thank you so much, and yeah, follow me on social media. Like I say, my Instagram again is the real D period Hayes. That's me, and my IMBD is listed on there as well, and my I'll list my Facebook on there. My Facebook again is my name. You'll see me pop up, and yeah, connect with me, send me a message. I'm really friendly. Especially if you take me out to eat. Okay, but no, joke. But yes, definitely always looking to connect with talented artists, and just even if it's just a conversation, it's refreshing to talk with other young artists, especially when you find out that they face some of the same obstacles and hardships that you faced as well, because sometimes you'll face them and you'll feel like, oh my god, I'm the only person that's getting set back. But but you also, you connect with other artists, you understand that they went through stuff as well, but they didn't give up just like you. They pushed through. And sometimes you'll find out some of them went through stuff even worse than you. You be like, and you still breathing. you know
Yeah.
and I'm here, I am questioning about, because I just didn't get part of my part. Okay, well, the
Yeah.
Emmy goes to you.
Definitely. All right. Well, Dimitri, thank you for being in Beeline to Passports. And we gonna have another guest in next week here on Beeline to Passports with more stories, more information. And thank you for being with us in another Beeline to Passports. And remember, be a leader, rock the world, inspires others with your emotions in control. Good night.